Ladies and gentlemen, welcome out to this edition of NWA Wildside. Steve Martin here calling the action as the North American heavyweight title on the line as Terry Taylor defends against the Colorado Kid. And I'm being joined here at ringside during this title matchup with the fans' man, Joe Pedicino. And Joe, I got to tell you, it's an honor and a privilege to sit here and call this matchup with you.
Thank you, Steve. It is great to be here. I've been a fan of NCW for a while now. I've been watching it, of course, on the TV here in Atlanta and on America One. And just wanted to come up tonight, see some of these great matches. And thank you for inviting me to be here for this match. This match has literally international complications and indications because of this North American title. And for Terry Taylor to be defending it here on television, quite a coup for you guys here at NCW.
Well, I'll tell you what, Joe, it's an absolute thrill of mine to sit here and call this North American heavyweight title matchup as the Colorado Kid taking on Terry Taylor. And Terry Taylor won this title in Nashville in a three-way dance with Colorado and Jerry the King Lawler. You're talking about some heavyweights.
Very controversial ending to that match. Colorado Kid to this day will tell you that he should have walked out of there with a belt. This is the first opportunity that Terry Taylor has given the Colorado Kid to a rematch for that belt.
And I tell you, they're fixing a lock up here, and you're talking about a main event matchup anywhere in America. And like you said, it could have took place anywhere in the world, and it's right here at the NCW Arena in Cornelia, Georgia. Terry Taylor defends the North American heavyweight title against the Colorado Kid.
I thought it was terrific of the Colorado Kid brought his son out tonight and said that he was dedicating this match tonight to his son because he had promised him that he would get that North American belt back, and that's exactly what he was here to do tonight. So we have two, you might say, VIPs here at ringside tonight. One, we have young Mike Rapada Jr., but also I noticed Bill Behrens from the NWA is here also.
And he's here to watch this matchup because, you know, this title belongs to the National Wrestling Alliance. And the referee for this matchup is Jamie Tucker. Don't forget him, one of the best in the business. And here we go with the second tie-up collar and elbow, I hope. Here we go, tie-up collar and elbow as Colorado and Terry Taylor battling for position. Goes into the side headlock. Colorado battling his way out. Irish whip across. Big shoulder smash by Terry Taylor off the far rope with a big hip toss, and he nailed it.
Colorado Kid ready. There's a pin.
And we got a 2 count early. And I mean early.
Look at the look on Taylor's face. Taylor, I don't think was expecting that, Steve.
He's definitely got a little frustration written all over his face. But I tell you, Colorado, man, I tell you, you're talking about two big guys. You got them right here. Each one of them probably around that 6'3" mark.
Terry
into
Taylor.
The hammerlock.
A lot of people, of course, remember that in 1989, Terry Taylor moved from the UWF to the WWF for the first time as the Red Rooster. And I asked him how he felt about that. He said, you know, a lot of people say it was the worst thing I've ever done, but the truth of the matter is more people know me today because of the Red Rooster. So, you know, what can you say? He actually said Vince McMahon was 10 years ahead of his time.
And he definitely was. And I guess the ratings show that. Here we go with a hammerlock onto the mat. And Terry Taylor is a 100% pro wrestler. This guy is a wrestling technician. You're not going to see a lot of moonsaults off the top rope because he said it time and time again. If you get a man on the mat, you can beat him 1, 2, 3 instead of showing out, so to speak, for the crowd.
Right. Terry's one of the guys that believes that every wrestler has basically 5 key points: 2 arms, 2 legs, and a head. And if you can take one of those 5 out from under, then you've got him at an advantage. As wrestlers have said to me many times, if you've got a table with 4 legs and you take one of them out, the table ain't going to stand, neither is the wrestler. And as you can see, Taylor loves to work on the legs and the arms, as he's doing right here on the Colorado Kid, who's reversed it.
Terry Taylor with a handful of hair there. A kip up by Colorado.
Oh.
And a big punch to the side of the head.
Right into the face. There's another.
Up with another one to the nose. And Terry Taylor is obviously not going to go by the rules here on Wildside.
Well, you know, you mentioned a minute ago that Terry Taylor was a very scientific, down-on-the-mat type wrestler. Let's also mention that he's got one heck of an anger, one heck of a temper, and he's got a mean streak a mile wide when he wants it.
You're 100% right there. The Mecca of manhood, as he calls himself. Big knife edge chop. Man, he lit him up there.
Man, did you hear that all the way over here?
Absolutely.
Imagine being hit in the chest that hard.
Colorado to the outside.
Right in front of his son.
And no pretty little blue pads here on NWA Wildside as Terry Taylor is going to make his way to the outside. Terry Taylor been in this great sport probably, I'd say, around 15 years, if not longer. A busy man here of late. The North American champion as he puts the fist to the side of the head of Colorado. Make it 2 for good measure. Gonna dump him back in one more time as Taylor is ruling the roost here on this matchup. Colorado for the ride. Big sunset flip. Reaching for the ropes. And he's got him rolled up. We got 2.
Almost had him that time.
Big jaw jacker by Taylor. Man, you're talking about a matchup. We got one right here. The North American heavyweight title on the line. Terry Taylor, a WCW executive. This guy has absolutely done everything there are to do in pro wrestling and then some. The Colorado Kid has been the North American champion for a few times as he goes to the belly-to-back suplex on Taylor.
You know, the Colorado Kid got his initial fame sort of in the Middle America area over in Arkansas and Oklahoma over in there. But more and more people around the country and around the world are finding out about the Colorado Kid. Probably one of, if not the fastest up-and-coming wrestler, I would say, in the past 4 or 5 years.
And I'll agree 100% on that one. As Colorado is battling back against a veteran known as Terry Taylor. And we're going for the Irish whip across, hard into that turnbuckle. Big boot to the side of the head.
Ran right into that one, Steve.
Man, that might have knocked a tooth down his throat on that one.
But now look at the damage that Colorado's done to Taylor. Taylor's not jumping up and, running over there either. Taylor's taking his time. Taylor's a smart wrestler. Gordon Solie used to tell me that wrestlers like Taylor are what he called a thinking man's wrestler, who goes in and looks at it like a chess game and tries to stay a move ahead. This time, though, it was Colorado a step ahead.
Well, Joey's got him into the sleeper as the referee's checking to see if it's a choke, and I don't believe Colorado is going to choke him.
No, it's plainly a legal sleeper hold. And you're right about this referee. He's right in there.
Oh, Jamie Tucker, I tell you, one of the best officials in the National Wrestling Alliance. And it's great to have him aboard here on Wildside. As Terry Taylor might be out here. And I hope this match don't end this way. But it very well could. As he's going for a...
Well, if that arm goes down a third time, Colorado's the new champion. But it looks like...
Well, that's one way out as he went for the lower midsection of Colorado Kid. Man, I'll tell you what, both of these guys are giving it all they've got for that North American heavyweight title. And you know, Joe, there's a lot of money, prestige, fame, and all the other things that goes along with it on the line here, not just so much a title.
Well, sure, that NWA North American title has really, it's been around for a long time. Terry Taylor held it for the first time back in 1986. He held the North American title and was mentioning to me, I guess a month or so ago when we were talking, was mentioning to me that was one of his proudest moments, one of his first big title wins was winning the North American title. And of course, using the attitude he's got now, he talked about how he had it again and he'd have it forever this time.
But man, did you see that, Joe? He just slapped him.
Oh, no respect, showing no respect to the Colorado Kid. That will be a mistake.
Irish whip across, and he catches him.
Whoa!
Man, that come out of nowhere.
The Colorado Kid is not going to sit there and be disrespected the way that he was just now, and this is what happens.
They're going for the... No! Man, I thought he had him right there as we got 2 3/4 on the Mecca of manhood, Terry Taylor. Colorado Kid opening back up to the vertical base as he scoops him up to the suplex. And this is just pure wrestling.
Going for the cover.
I love it. Close 3. Close 3.
Colorado Kid about now is wondering what it's going to take to put Terry Taylor down for a 3 count.
Hard into that turnbuckle.
Oh!
Big boot to the side of the head on Taylor. Colorado going for the cover. Grapevines the leg, and we got 2.
Steve, you notice that every time Colorado gets Taylor down, he goes for the pin. no showboating, no trying to show off. He tries to get the man down and get the 3 count. That is the move of a smart wrestler right now.
Clothesline. Man, I tell you. We got another 2 count. Close fall here on Wildside as the North American heavyweight title is on the line. And, man, I tell you, it's hard to tell the fans watching at home how important this matchup is. As Taylor goes hard into that turnbuckle. Stiff elbow. He's going to work him over in the turnbuckle.
Taking that air right out of the lungs of Terry Taylor.
Colorado Kid. And I've been a fan of Colorado's for years. I tell you, I remember him all the way back to the USWA days.
There you go.
Foot on the rope at the last second. Taylor taking the easy way out, but you can't blame him. Everything's on the line here, so.
Yeah, let me tell you, Steve, when you've got that a prestigious belt like the North American belt on the line, you'll stop the count any way you can. And, you know, there a lot of times people make fun of wrestlers for using the ropes, but hey, that's what they're there for. You know, and Terry was smart enough not only to use them to break up that count, but he just now used them to get the leverage to put Colorado down.
Well, you know, Taylor's a thinking man's wrestler. This guy right here will stay two moves ahead of him as he does the snapmare takeover. Terry Taylor, he measures him with that knee to the forehead. A signature move of Terry Taylor. Colorado in a world of trouble here. Referee Jamie Tucker down for the count, and we got 2 3/4 one more time.
It's interesting to see the look on young Mike Rapada Jr.'s face as he's watching his father in the ring trying to best one Terry Taylor.
You know, Joe, I don't think I've ever seen that. I don't think I've ever seen somebody bring their son to ringside to watch this matchup, but this is how much
and then dedicate the match to his son, yeah.
Exactly. Sort of like Babe Ruth with the 2 home run story.
Yeah.
Going for the cover, and we got 2.
I thought we had it there. Mike, the Colorado Kid, he's really looking worn down, Steve. I'm getting a little bit concerned for the Colorado Kid, as is his son at ringside.
Well, I'll tell you something that surprised me, Joe, about the Colorado Kid is how big this man is when you stand next to him in real life.
Isn't it amazing?
I mean, you see him on television, it's like, you know, he's just one of the guys. But, man, he is a monster. He's about 6'3", probably around 265, I would say. And he is just built like a tree trunk. As Bill Behrens, the vice president of the NWA, looks on in this matchup. This is one of the most important titles in the NWA.
Yeah, this is one of the titles that is literally defended around the world in the different NWA organizations. And, you know, Taylor has not been the most pleasant person for Bill Behrens to deal with, from what I hear, as far as wanting to defend that title. He'd rather stay in Atlanta, but Behrens has over and over again told him that, you know, he needs to be defending it, and that's how they got him here tonight. Now, he's gone out, and he's got a chair, and is the referee going to let this go?
The referee's got the chair from him. Terry Taylor going to argue with him as he does the schoolboy. He's got him rolled up, and we got 2. No! Man, I thought that was it. Here we go. Right. Colorado for the ride, and he catches him. Turns it around into a backslide. Going for the cover, and we got 2 one more time.
Oh, Colorado was that close that time, Steve, to having that belt.
Leapfrog by Colorado. Turns around, big drop kick. Terry Taylor back up to the base one more time.
Goes for the pin again. That's what I was saying earlier.
Man, you talking about close counts. You don't get any closer than what we got here, fans, on Wildside. And, Joe, I can't tell you how many heavyweights are in the back. It's just unbelievable. I
felt like it was a reunion back there.
From every organization you can think of is here at the NCW Arena.
Oh! Terry Taylor pulled the referee into the path of the Colorado Kid. And now what's going to happen? Terry Taylor's calling for the bell, saying that should be a disqualification, Steve.
Well, I don't see that at all, because it was unintentional on Colorado's part, but Terry Taylor pulled him right into the path of the Colorado Kid. And the referee is sure not going to end this thing on a DQ.
Well, Bill Behrens is watching, keeping a close eye on this.
And Bill will have final say when it's all said and done, if that's necessary.
Terry Taylor's telling him, the referee, it needs to be a DQ. What's the referee saying?
He's saying the match continues.
Yeah, he's saying it's not going to end that way. You were right about this,
He's
referee.
got it in the schoolboy. No. Joe, I thought that was it. He ducked under him in the schoolboy and got 2 3/4 on the Mecca of manhood, Terry Taylor, as Colorado is battling back one more time here on Wildside. And Joe, he is putting it all on the line here for that title.
Now the referee's going to have to step in between these two. And Colorado just went around him, Steve.
He's going to have to stop throwing these illegal fists or this thing's going to end right here. Terry Taylor's got that belt to the head.
Hit him right in the head. And the referee, I don't think, saw it.
Man, he cold-cocked him in the head, going for the cover.
That's going to be it.
We got 3.
There's your 3 count.
You talking about pure disgust here on Wildside as Terry Taylor has defeated the Colorado Kid under questionable circumstances, I might add.
Well, young Mike Rapada has gone into the ring now to try and aid his father. It's a shame that the Colorado Kid had to lose the match on something like that. Terry Taylor.
Joe, I don't mind telling you, I'm a little bit disappointed in Terry Taylor. I mean, you know, I thought this was going to be a one-on-one clean matchup, and he used the belt to get the pinfall. So, you know, I tell you, it seems like no matter how high you go up in pro sports, Terry Taylor's saying cut the music.
Cut the music. Take the mic. Take the mic up there.
Thank you for having a pulse, idiot. Listen, I'm done with you. I've had it with you. And I don't want to ever see your ugly face again. So to make sure of that, I cave your face in right now.
God, surely he's not going to hit him, Joe.
What's he saying? Is he telling the young boy to move? Is he telling the young boy to get out of the way?
Get out of the way, boy.
He is. He is, Steve. He's telling him, I'm going to hit your father. Is he? He's telling him to get out of the way.
Come on, Taylor. This has gone too far.
He's telling him.
You better move.
Steve, I can't believe this. Is he really saying that he's going to hit him?
Terry Taylor has gone to an all-time low here as he's pushing the kid. No,
He hit the kid.
come on. Come on. Terry Taylor has lost it here on Wildside as he's just swinging at everything that moves. And here comes the vice president of the NWA, Mr. Bill Behrens, and I promise you he won't hit him.
You make another move, I'm taking the damn belt away from you.
Bill Behrens is Terry. Now he's telling Terry Taylor that if he wants to keep that belt, he better get his butt out of that ring. And that's exactly what Taylor's doing.
And Terry Taylor is going to leave here the North American
Talk about
title.
a lowlife. Talk about an absolute lowlife, Steve.
I don't understand this at all, fans. You talk about a total disappointment in Terry Taylor. This guy has lost it, but he's leaving here with the gold, the North American heavyweight champion, the Mecca of manhood, Terry Taylor. Joe, I tell you, we might get some attention out here for Colorado and his young kid here. Have you ever seen a lower tactic?
No, let me tell you, that was absolutely the lowest I think I've ever seen. I couldn't believe it when he was sitting here telling the young boy, move out of the way or I'm going to hit you. And then to do it, to actually hit him in front of these people. Mike Rapada, look how upset the Colorado Kid is.
I don't understand this situation at all. It's Jimmy Rivers is going to come out and help his poor kid to the back.
You can bet that Bill Behrens and the NWA is going to look into this, and I promise you that they'll do something about this. You know as well as I do, Steve, they're not going to let this happen without some repercussions to one Terry Taylor.
Never in a million years would I believe that Terry Taylor would have hit that young kid, but he did. And I promise you this, fans, Bill Behrens is all about law and order, and they will be a rematch signed in the future. Fans, stay tuned to NCW Wildside as this match was everything we thought it would be and more. Joe Pedicino, it's been an honor and a privilege.
My pleasure, Steve. It's great to be here, and thanks for having me.
Fans, we'll be back on Wildside right after this commercial timeout. Wildside.